Following on from our exclusive preview, here are more exciting scenes from the highly anticipated panic action game from Sony. The gameplay takes the best elements of the PlayStation's biggest games, like Metal Gear Solid and Resident Evil, and adds all new features like the panic situation and region action. The final result is a shocking tale of survival and stealth through a monster-infested military base. With most of your comrades missing or killed by mutants, you need to rely on your trusty customizable SPR-4 machine gun to get through this assignment in one piece. Find and equip new parts like shotgun and flamethrower attachments to beef up your firepower. Night vision scopes and zoom features will improve your targeting and give you the edge later in the game when the monsters get larger and the lights go out. Extermination is an action fan's dream. Big guns, bigger explosions, and even bigger monsters in real-time 3D make this an engaging title that we're really enjoying at the moment. If ever there was a game waiting for the PlayStation 2 to happen, Soul Reaver is it. Now developers Crystal Dynamics have all the power they need to fully realise the vampiric world of Nosgoth in this sequel, Legacy of Kain: Soul Reaver 2. Your character, Raziel, has a host of new enemies to fight, including vampires and vampire hunters, Xerophan warrior priests, ghostly spirits and demons from another dimension. Raziel himself can still shift dimensions at will, and this ability forms much of the gameplay. Certain barriers can only be breached in the spectral plane, while others require his presence in the material realm. Players will need to explore the giant new world in order to keep the ability to shift dimensions working, and he must feed on the souls of his enemies to keep his health up. But when the world looks this good, searching for trouble and for the answers to the game's regular puzzles, it shouldn't be too much of a hardship. The action you're watching here is taken from the Air Reaver level, and the finished game should be with us this summer. From the team that brought you the ultimate PlayStation football game in the shape of ISS Pro Evolution 2, comes their debut PS2 footy game. The new ISS looks like relegating FIFA to the bottom of the pile with its sublime gameplay and stunning looks. You don't even need to see the players' names to recognise their detailed features and astoundingly realistic animations. The care and attention that has been lavished on this game is astounding, easily making the very most of the extra power afforded by the PS2. Featuring all of the world's best players, along with the most impressive stadia from around the globe, it's got just about everything any obsessed football fanatic could wish for. But most importantly, the fluidly authentic feel of previous versions has been carried over and enhanced in every single area to make this the very pinnacle of PS2 footballing. NBA Street brings basketball to the streets, just like the name suggests. With action for one or two players complemented by a commentary provided by the fictional presenter Joe the Show Jackson. One of the key features of the game is the momentum meter. This increases incrementally as the players perform different dribble moves, increasing more quickly for the more difficult moves. And there are several dribble moves to choose from. You can find yourself shooting from downtown when this game appears in the spring. Those cute, cuddly characters of your childhood, there to keep you safe and warm when the world was bad. Well, they're not the innocent little critters you might have thought they were. Only now they are showing their true colours, revealing the violent, sociopathic bear beneath that cute, fluffy veneer. This warped concept shows through in the game's visuals. Beautifully depicted and highly colourful 3D scenery is contrasted with the cartoonish, seemingly 2D characters. The whole thing gives a unique appearance, which sets this game apart from any other first-person shooter. And for a third-person shooter, the style of play is pretty novel too. Although, as you would expect, shooting things features pretty heavily. This isn't just another Unreal Tournament or Time Splitters. There are a whole host of objectives to complete, all manner of fiendish puzzles to best. Kids to be rescued. And of course, many bad guys who really need the stuffing knocked out of them. And to help you do this, you have the fur fighters themselves, a more motley band of psychotic plushies you'll never meet, ranging through dogs, cats, kangaroos, penguins and dragons, all with a nice selection of not-so-comical hardware. All of them are out to rescue their families, who have been kidnapped by your traditional villain, the evil General Vigo. Each of these murderous midgets comes with their own unique abilities, and the puzzles throughout the game take these into consideration. You'll need to use the special warp points to change characters to get through particular parts of each level. High obstacles, then you'll need Bungalow the kangaroo, some diving to be done, call in Rico the penguin. You might have seen this game before on the Dreamcast. Well, the PS2 version has been improved dramatically, with smoother graphics, a unique cel shading technique on the main characters, and a whole host of new levels and soundtracks. Also worth mentioning is its compatibility with the PS2 60Hz mode, meaning full screen action and slightly faster gameplay than what you're seeing here. Fur Fighters works hard on its dark sense of humour, whilst avoiding the cutesy charm of such games as Spyro and Rayman. It still manages to provide a much lighter and whimsical approach to all-out carnage. This vitality gives it an edge in the first-person shooting market, already thoroughly covered by such greats as Quake and Time Splitters. And there's nothing like gunning down those fuzzy miscreants in a heated four-way deathmatch. Just watch the fur fly. In a grueling race over 6,500 miles, from the coastal jungles to the wonders of Egypt, participants race a variety of mixed terrain vehicles, including motorcycles, off-road 4x4 trucks and rally cars, and are not only subjected to the fierce competition of several hundred other drivers, but also need to battle against the most severe rallying conditions, from the vastly challenging terrain to intense climate and weather conditions. This is the first time this spectacular event has been developed as a game, and it comes with everything you'd expect: a realistic physics engine, stunning environment and climate conditions, and a variety of innovative game modes. There are 24 playable licensed vehicles available: 7 cars, 6 buggies, 6 bikes and 5 quad bikes, each set up with manufacturer-supplied technical information. You should eventually reach the glories of Egypt, where you will get to be rated for your performance by vehicle and perhaps even be declared overall winner of the Paris-Dakar Rally. You've seen Tekken Tag's lightning combos. You've seen Dead or Alive 2's eye-catching moves. Now you can take to the arena once more with Bloody Raw's own unique shape-shifting brand of violence.
Get ready, fight!
Bloody Raw gives you the chance to fight with a warrior capable of changing their form, adopting some monstrous animal shapes to provide them with more strength, power and a wide assortment of violent attacks. All you have to do is transform and your kicks and punches suddenly pale in comparison to the carnage you can hand out as a brutal monster. To get there, you need to bring your rage meter up high enough, and then tooth and nail become claw and fang, and pummeling becomes a flesh-rendering massacre. Alternatively, you can return to your human form if you wish to boost the healing process. But be careful, getting ripped to shreds doesn't qualify as healing. You'll also find that you can have the animal knocked out of you if you take too much of a beating. The choice of characters is quite impressive, and each of these bloodthirsty killing machines has a different beast form to call their own. From Alice's lovable bunny to Yugo's horrifying werewolf, Busuzima's invisible chameleon shape, to Barry Kuru's surprisingly dangerous mole man. of them come with a unique range of moves, including a personal special attack to impress onlookers and demolish the opposition. That is, if you can pull off the horribly complicated button bashing to bring it home. But it's well worth the effort to fill the screen with special effects and leave your opponents wrecked on the ground and relegated to their weak and feeble human form.
You win!
Come on, get me!
The arenas are all caged
Get
off,
ready.
giving you the opportunity to throw your enemies off the walls, as well as having the collapsing floors first encountered in Dead or Alive, dropping you into an entirely new arena when you least expect it. On the other hand, they lack the detail and imagination that DOA has brought us to expect. Overall, there is a lack of finish, which both Tekken and DOA offer, but the chance to make use of a vicious beast form brings an addictive edge that'll keep you coming back nonetheless.
Mars, a distant crimson orb that has always signified war and bloodshed to mankind. On this forbidding planet, the Ultor Corporation established mining operations, far from Earth and its authorities. Lured with promises of riches and a quick return to an easy life on Earth, miners soon learned the reality is very different. Violence, aggression, and a mysterious plague. But not all are willing to endure this living hell. An underground resistance is forming. All it needs is a spark. When freedom is at stake, survival is not enough.
There is a legend in the world of games, and its name is Quake. But it's more than just a game. It's an obsession, a battle of wills, almost an art form. The PC phenomenon has filled the internet with a myriad of models, levels, clans and other mods. Fans spend all their time learning every corner of every level, along with the all respawning points for combatants and weapons. So can the PS2 come close to reenacting this spectacle? Simply put, yes.
Fight!
After the disappointment of Unreal's transfer to the console market, everyone has been wary of what will happen when its rival makes it to the PS2.
You have taken the lead.
Stripped of its multiplayer options and crippled by joypad control. But to the surprise of everyone, it makes the jump from the PC with astounding grace. To make it work, the whole game has had to be rethought. This is no simple conversion from the PC. The first point of concern is the control method. Denied the purity of the mouse and keyboard, the PS2 version has adopted the very popular control system demonstrated by Time Splitters. Here, the left stick controls your movement, whilst the right stick moves your angle of vision. This is, so far, the best way seen to play a first-person shooter with a joypad, and soon becomes almost as instinctive as the PC version. The next consideration is the level design. Some of the levels available on the PC are impossible to navigate with the new control system, so liberties have been taken, allowing simple jumps to be bridged easily. This allows much more fluid movement around the modified levels and has led to the introduction of 5 levels designed specifically for this version. The control limitations have also led to the simplification of aiming, with generous impact areas and lightly assisted aiming. The game neatly makes up for the joypad's lack of precision. This incarnation has also benefited from the Team Arena expansion, taking some of the new weapons, notably the chain gun, nail gun and proximity mines, along with a collection of the levels, game modes and pickups. Say hello to Possession Mode, challenging you to get hold of the flag and keep it out of enemy hands for a set period of time. And prepare to splatter the hallways with the help of the Kamikaze Suicide pickup.
You are tied for the lead.
The single-player mode has also been enhanced, offering a more complete elimination round.
Excellent.
At the end of each tier, you get to face a grand free-for-all, with all of the previous enemies allocated a number of lives, and all of them needing to be eliminated to move on to the next tier. And to do this, you get to choose from a choice of 5 characters, each with a differing range of skills, all of which progress as you make it through the various challenges. These heroes can then be saved to memory card, and your friends can use them as bots to challenge their skills against. So you can make sure that your opponents keep up to your standards. All in all, this is a fantastic version of an excellent game. It leaps ahead of Time Splitters and blows Unreal into a gory red mist. The only way to cast any complaints against it is in comparison to the PC version. With the limit of 4-player mode and the lack of precision control, it can't really compete with the original. But in every other way, it is everything you'd hoped for from this legendary game. Of spinning off the road, missing those corners and rolling your car? Well, here's a game where the road is not so much a rule as a guideline. The racing market has been seriously lacking in a good 4x4 off-road game for ages. But can Terminal Reality's SUV racer bring dazzling spotlights and huge tyres into fashion? Well, sort of. But 4x4 Evolution does tackle some of the more common problems encountered with open route checkpoint racing. Some serious thought has been put into the track design, littering them with all manner of bridges, tunnels, obstacles and ramps. As you make your way around, you'll have to dodge numerous obstacles, including trees, rocks, wrecked cars, mobile homes and other detritus. Adding to your troubles are moving obstacles like bulldozers, articulated trucks and even trains. This myriad of complications ensures that not every route into the scenery will provide you with a shortcut. Roads are often there for a reason. As you get further into the campaign game, you start to get your hands on various upgrades for your truck. These include such joys as bigger wheels and taller suspension. But the problems start to come in with elements like the collisions, run into a cactus, and nearly a ton of metal grinds instantly to a halt. And whilst the trucks themselves are gorgeous, the scenery can often be lacking in details. It doesn't quite live up to its PC origins in these departments, giving the impression that they didn't have enough time to finish all aspects of the game. On the plus side, you get a plentiful supply of fully licensed vehicles to work your way through. You can get straight into the action with the quick race mode, or head for the heart of the game in the championship mode. Here you get to earn the money to buy your upgrades, or if you're more of an explorer by nature, you can head off across the scenery in search of chests of treasure. And after all, it's all about having the biggest and meanest truck in the field, then putting it through some close, genuinely exciting racing.
Tour 2001.
The joys of golf come with the beautiful scenery and relaxing game. But so far, no golf simulation has really managed to capture the essence of the game until now. The latest Tiger Woods title makes use of everything the PS2 has to offer.
Release. Sniff it out.
Providing visuals that, whilst at first appearing unimpressive, soon take on a clarity and smoothness that leaves you feeling like a Sunday afternoon on the green. This includes some spectacular camera angles, showing the ball in flight and no sign of the fogging to be found in other golfing titles. The first thing you'll notice about the gameplay itself is the change of control method. The traditional 3-click method has been put aside, and the analog swing experimented with by some earlier games has been wholeheartedly embraced.
Oh no.
This may sound concerning at first, but you'll soon find that it is well worth persevering. The smoothness of control brings with it a much more natural golfing feel to it. No longer are you clicking away on a joypad. You're now stood on the fairway, taking that all-important shot. It really brings home the element of accuracy so important to the real game. Sadly, not everything is quite up to par. You only get to master your skills on 3 courses. And with a choice of just 8 American golfers. There's no sign of such exemplary Europeans as Faldo or Montgomery.
What was I thinking?
There's also a depressing lack of options and features that can greatly expand such a game. Instead, you get the usual range of modes, such as skins and match play, along with a tour mode that lets you progress through the ranks from amateur to pro. But that's about it.
Easy birdie putt.
But even with these weaknesses, the delightfully simple control system, allowing easy viewing of the terrain and selection of shots, intuitive analog swing and beautiful scenery make Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2001 a fantastically relaxing and gloriously rewarding 18 holes.
Good finish.
We found it, Tim, but the Trade Federation is closing in fast.
Music to my ears.
In 1999, the latest addition to the Star Wars legacy reached our cinemas. Episode 1 received a very mixed reception. It was still a Star Wars movie, part of the legacy, but it just didn't seem to live up to the expectations of the fans.
2 more dropships coming in by the mountain.
Too many people expected too much. It just couldn't reach the godlike status attributed to the original trilogy. That, and it had that annoying gun in it.
Jamming their transmission.
Unfortunately, Star Wars Starfighter has little to do with guns and concentrates firmly on the fantastic fighter craft that thrill and amaze all Star Wars fans. Now's your chance to get behind the controls of your own Starfighter and bring the Trade Federation to its knees.
Vary your speed using boost and brake.
Starfighter is set alongside the events of the Phantom Menace and allows you to play as 3 different characters whose storylines gradually come together as the game progresses. This is great in theory, but switching between characters every couple of missions means that you don't really begin to empathize with any of them.
Man, all defenses.
Instead, you just get the feeling that you have no control over the plot, which is less than riveting in the first place. But the chances are that you're not playing this game for the plot. Space combat is what it's all about.
I'll miss ya.
Once in the cockpit, you'll find the controls are very easy to get the hang of. The ships are equipped with a helpful targeting system, which makes picking out your targets as easy as joining the dark side. And a quick press of the analog stick will bring you back in line with the horizon when flying planet-based missions.
Getting rusty, Vanna.
The action takes place both in space
Solo, Vanna.
Murder was never my business, Nolo.
and skimming over the surface of planets, and the missions include all manner of escorting, salvaging and general shooting.
Jam all channels.
Sadly, there are only 14 missions, so you'll soon get through them. But then they all consist of repeatedly spinning around and destroying your target before moving on to the next identical ship anyway. You'll also notice that the scenery is pretty straightforward. Endless star fields or simplistic landscapes are all you get to explore in between the shooting. But this is mainly in an attempt to keep the frame rate up with so many ships exploding all over the place. And as a rule, it usually succeeds. except in the most heated of battles or in the two-player mode. This mode has to be unlocked from within the game, and then you'll discover just how slow this game can run. Not recommended. Oddly for a Star Wars game, the whole mood of the film seems to be missing, leaving the game to stand up on its own 2 feet. It doesn't make you feel as forgiving as you have been with other products in the line, and has to impress all on its own. But that it generally does. It's a lot of fun and is a genuinely good space combat game, albeit a bit on the short side. It just isn't Star Wars.
We've got to head to the cave!
Last summer, after the crowds left, 5 strangers returned to the woods to uncover the truth. But one of them has a secret that will unlock the curse.
You know, if you don't believe in the Blair Witch, then why the hell did you bother to come?
I thought the movie was cool.
This fall, just in time for Halloween, the witch is back. On October 27th, forget everything you've heard. Forget everything you've seen. Because this time, the truth is scarier than fiction.
A brutal murder in the Black Hills discovered today. In the past year, the Black Hills area has been overrun with movie fans wanting to get a glimpse of where the Blair Witch Project was filmed.
Remember me? Read my mind. Who delivers 10 times out of 10?
Who's the cat that won't cop out?
Cherry Ray. I might take you down, but I'll never let you down. Now, what's my name? Shaft! You're damn right.
You are gone from this precinct. For what? That?
What is wrong with you?
I'm out. I'm done. I'll get in my own way.
In a system where money can buy you freedom.
What about the waitress?
The waitress. She saw it, huh? So what you do, threaten her?
The next day, I just started running. I've been running ever since.
In a city where fear can buy you power.
I need someone located.
That's gonna cost you.
Only one man will stand up for justice.
You ain't even a pig no more. You think that makes me less dangerous or more dangerous? You're too hot, man. You gotta step off a bit. Got milk? Yeah, I got the milk.
John Shaft.
Right on. His ass is mine.
You know, something happens to her, I'm gonna come after you myself.
You won't have to. Something happens to her, it happens to me. Go! Any questions?
Can you dig it?
This man's whole life is about killing. He'll watch her for weeks. Learn her routine when she comes home, when she goes to sleep. In the morning, before the sun comes up, he can walk right up next to her.
You blame yourself for the killings.
Oh no, I blame the person who did them.
Don't you know I did it for you?
For Detective Joel Campbell, the case that never closed.
His last alias was David Allen Griffin. I worked the case for 3 years in Los Angeles. We attributed at least 11 homicides to him.
Is coming back to haunt him.
What's he doing in Chicago?
I assume he's still strangling young women with piano wire. There's a story, a ritual that he follows. Over the years, I became part of the story. What do you think the chances are he's watching us right now?
I know your job is hard, Joel, so I'm willing to take steps to try and make things work between us. I'll send you a picture, and you can have a day to try to find it.
Perfect. Now, the killer he couldn't stop.
Don't play hard again. This'll be fun.
Has come calling.
We have received another photograph.
For his next victim.
Do you think some of your patients might pay to come to see you because you're very pretty?
The Watcher.
barricade. Kill him.
Created in the Green Army Advanced Research Division, this genetically engineered super soldier carries the plosto gene, markers of all Sarge's heroes warriors, rolled into one big explosive package. Codenamed Amiga Soldier, he's been given the skills, strength and weaponry to take on an entire army, and he'll need to sooner than they expected.
Drop off some guys to slow him down.
This is the title's Green Rogue, and you can join him in the carnage, wielding a wide variety of weapons like grenades, rocket launchers, machine guns, to name but a few. It'll take all the skills you can muster to bring the Tan Army to its knees. Owing a lot to its developers' previous offering, Motocross Madness, ATV Off-Road Fury has similar stripped-down controls and physics, allowing for a simple game with plenty of big air. Along with the basic controls, you have a preloading feature, which allows you to get more air from the ramps. Pull back on the left stick when climbing a slope, then slam forward at the top. Get it right, and you'll leap ahead of the pack. It's a skill you'll have to master, as several of the tracks take it into account. And if you don't use it, then you'll soon be bringing up the rear. This is one of the most playable PS2 games from the USA, and it should be a summer release over here. With the UK release delayed until September, we thought it only fair to show another glimpse of the highly anticipated adventure game from Sony to tide you over. Its unique gaming system combines traditional dungeoning exploring with a SimCity-style village builder. It's brought to life with fantastic graphics and colourful characters. You get the chance to explore the world and in turn recreate the villages and towns that have been destroyed by an evil force. Expect big things from the world's first Georama RPG very soon. This greatly anticipated title brings us true-to-life environments, such as blinding sun glare hitting the windscreen, shimmering heat rising off the road, real-time images mirrored in the car's bodywork, stunning spray effects and reflections in every puddle. The AI is also impressive, pulling stunts like tailgating you just to irritate you before roaring past on the inside, as is the physics engine, considering speed, weight, friction, wind, and the real-life mechanics of each vehicle. With close to 150 authentic cars on offer, including 30 new models, all with customized performance and handling, as well as real engine sounds, this is pure motoring joy. One of the most eagerly anticipated games for the PS2, Metal Gear Solid 2, sees the return of Solid Snake as the master of covert action. Progression through the game is still kept fairly linear, with a strong emphasis on the first-person perspective, offering more realistic targeting and a more immersive environment. Snake also has more options for evaluating his situation, using tranquilizer guns to take down guards or make use of the scenery with exploding fire extinguishers. You can choose to hide bodies in the lockers, destroying the guards' radios, or even hold up the guards to get their weapons and equipment. In return, the guards demonstrate a superior AI, displaying teamwork, pinning your position down, acting as decoys, or just sneaking up on you. Making its way over from the N64, Winback follows the story of Jean-Luc Cougar, a member of the Strategic Covert Actions team. He has been ordered, along with the other 9 team members, to regain control of a top-secret orbiting laser cannon used to keep global peace. A terrorist group called the Crying Lions has taken control of the command facility and used it to destroy the Center for Space Development, the only other facility that could control the satellite. There are 4 regions, made up of 31 stages, to sneak and snipe your way through, with more than enough shooting around corners and over crates to keep everyone happy, along with a choice of handguns, shotguns, machine guns, and even rocket launchers. So, you want to make some noise? Now's your chance. This creative sound studio enables wannabe musicians to make music extravagantly, with complexity, or just by simply laying down some cool tracks. It carries forward all the features of its PlayStation predecessor, as well as taking full advantage of the superior audio and visual capabilities of the PS2. Like the original, you can create tracks using countless pre-recorded riffs from 8 different musical styles, featuring rock, garage, trance, house and R&B, along with the sub-selection of instruments and voices, such as guitars, keyboards, drums, and a huge selection of electronic sound effects. Midway take the NBA Jam idea one step further by moving from the standard 2-on-2 format to 3-on-3 gameplay. This extra player brings whole new strategies to the game without sacrificing any of the speed or action that make NBA Jam series so popular. Control is simple, with moves limited to shoot block, pass steal, turbo, and the new hoops button. This gives you the chance to perform moves like give and goes or acrobatic alley-oops, as well as post-up players. The game also boasts more than 500 animations, including new motion-captured moves from Shaquille O'Neal, and 6 mini-games including 2-ball, 21, Around the World, and Hoop School.
Welcome to Portland for tonight's game between the Chicago Bulls and the Portland Trailblazers.
This is the latest installment in this hit series of basketball games, featuring updated rosters, improved graphics, and enhanced gameplay. If it's in the game, then it's in this game. Your choice of modes includes exhibition matches, one-on-one practice, playoffs, and full season, with a notable absence of challenge and franchise modes. There are 3 primary dribble moves: behind the back crossovers, between the leg crossovers, and the spin move. Pressing a button will execute the corresponding move, but you won't be able to control the direction. But despite these weaknesses, NBA Live 2001 still manages to provide a very solid basketball experience. Capcom's samurai epic looks set to be a huge smash after receiving rave reviews in Japan and the US. Taking the survival horror premise into Japan's feudal past, Onimusha Warlords features superbly crafted movie-style action with a colourful cast of samurai warriors, ninjas, demons and damsels in distress. Battle your way through a castle full of monsters, traps and puzzles to find your kidnapped cousin. Rescue her quick, because the demons are planning an elaborate sacrificial ceremony that will bring mankind to its knees. Think you're up to the task? The Japanese cult phenomenon of super deformed motor racing has arrived on the PS2. You get to purchase the cute little car of your dreams and then race them through a widely varying range of courses. As you progress, you earn money, which you can then use to purchase all manner of accessories for your ride. You can even add wings or floats, allowing you to soar over canyons or paddle across ponds. It beats driving along the riverbeds at any rate. Then once you've got the thing tuned to perfection, you can think about entering the major competitions and getting some trophies to your name. Set in a world where Japan refused to quit after the bomb dropped, giant robots storm the landscape of a divided Japan. Take your team and fit them out with the best equipment you can get from the variety of mechs available, each with different specialities, then lead them through nearly 100 battles to victory. You need to learn the appropriate firing ranges of each of the mechs and strategically position your units to take advantage of this. After that, it's a simple matter of getting your weapons online and learning to shoot straight while sitting in a huge swaying weapons platform. It's August 2002, and factions within the army are attempting a coup d'etat, riding around in giant robots called bullets. In response, the government enacts a covert operation using test pilots with bullet experience. As one of these pilots, you have 7 days to liquidate the enemy forces before an all-out attack is ordered and mayhem ensues. All of this takes place in a true-to-life model of present-day Tokyo. The action is turn-based, with the results of your orders being displayed in glorious cinematic sequences. You can also tune and customize your mech and choose from a vast array of devastating weaponry. Collateral damage is guaranteed. Join the fray. Unreal Tournament arrives on the PS2, bringing with it a wide selection of weapons, each with 2 firing modes and a myriad of levels for single or multiplayer games. 4 modes of play: Deathmatch, Domination, Capture the Flag and Assault give you the chance to hand out the carnage in a wide variety of ways. With definable controls, you can pick a system you're comfortable with, in an attempt to get the precision the PC version offers. But you do get the advantage of some nice features like the 180-degree button and some assistance on aiming. On the other hand, With some of the hideously overpowered weaponry available, you should need no assistance wiping those corridors clean.
By fulfilling the prophecy.
Warriors of Might and Magic is an action game set in the Might and Magic fantasy universe. Our hero, Alaron, has been found guilty of a crime he didn't commit. In order to prove his innocence, he must embark on a mission through 30 levels, each of which is occupied by a special monster.
You stand accused of necromancy, witchcraft in its darkest form.
This is very much your typical fantasy dungeon hack. Many corridors filled with beasties await you, and as you take each one apart, you are rewarded with some hopefully nifty item to help you dismember the next one.
May the mask of the accuser protect your soul.
Gather the gold and healing potions, kill the monsters, and you're on to a winner.
Journey to salvation begins.
Presented by Sega.
The name Sega means different things to different people. They're responsible for bringing us many of our early memories of arcade games. Here's a small sample of what we can expect to see, complete with footage from the original Dreamcast versions. Sadly, after all that praise, the first out of the barrel is the decidedly mediocre Zombie Revenge. Think of it as Resident Evil meeting a scrolling fighting game, and you won't be far off what this game is all about. You get a choice of firearms, but there are also a nice selection of bludgeoning weapons, kicks and throws to keep the action moving.
Hey there, Space Cats! Ooh la la here, coming at you from
Next up, we have Space Channel 5.
That aliens have invaded and are forcing people to dance.
All lines are clear, ooh la la. Let's see what you're made of.
Let's go. I've encountered aliens on the main floor, and they've taken hostages.
Copy the aliens' moves. Press the buttons with the rhythm. Get on it.
Let's dance!
A bizarre game centered on the premise of saving humans from an alien invasion by copying their dance moves, all in the most audience-friendly fashion.
Right, left, right, left.
Use the A button beam when they say cue.
Okay.
Gameplay consists of watching the alien moves and then repeating the moves with our own heroine, Oolala. No, it all makes perfect sense, really.
Choo. Up, down, hit, hit, hit. Up, down, choo, choo, choo. Up, down, hit, hit, hit. Up, down, choo, choo.
Thank you, Oolala.
I did it.
You were great.
Finally, there is 18-wheeler Pro Trucker. What could be more fun than racing a juggernaut down American highways? Pick your truck and a difficulty level, and then roar off down freeways, flyovers and dusty backwater tracks, knocking everyone else for 6 and racking up the highest score possible. You also get to play with the horn, scaring the more timid vehicles out of your way. So if Crazy Taxi doesn't have enough wheels for you, then try this. Add to that titles like Virtua Fighter 4 and Crazy Taxi, and the future looks bright for PS2 owners everywhere.
Time is up.